How's it going, guys? Today I'm gonna be giving a short review of the Nintendo Switch 2. I've had it for about 2 weeks. A bit late, like I was planning on getting this on launch day, but I'll just be giving a short overview and just like my thoughts about it. So if you guys want to see like more in-depth review, I guess there's already a bunch of them out there. I'll just be giving my thoughts as someone who has played the Nintendo Switch 1 for thousands of hours, who's had like most of like Nintendo's hardware like outside of the Wii U over the past like 10, 20 years, and someone who has a Steam Deck and plays that very often. So yeah, in my opinion, if you don't have a like if you're not invested in Nintendo games, there's basically no reason to get this. You should just get a Steam Deck. It's around the same price and you can get games much cheaper. Um, with the Switch 2, you get very nice hardware. Like you have a you just have hardware that's on par with the competition. It's about as fast as like a Steam Deck. Maybe not as fast as like an ROG Ally or something, for example. But yeah, the hardware is very nice. It's a lot thinner compared to like a Steam Deck, a lot lighter. I still prefer like gaming on a Steam Deck because it's just much more comfortable. Like the sticks are more console-like. You just get better support. But hardware-wise, you have like nothing to worry about with the with the Switch 2. Like I've seen many complaints about like the screen, that there are some like ghosting issues, that the HDR doesn't work. In my opinion, like the screen is fantastic. I even kind of prefer it over the the Steam Deck OLED. Besides like the background picture, obviously. I like the increased resolution. I like that it's a very big screen, and most importantly, that it's like a huge screen in a relatively small body. Like if we hold these two next to each other, you can see like the Switch 2 and the Steam Deck OLED. Like the Steam Deck OLED is bigger, but the screen itself, it fills up way more of this of like the overall body, and I have no complaints. People will say that like the colors look better on the Steam Deck OLED. I've never had an issue. Like I even prefer the way the colors look on this one. There's I don't know. It's pretty good. Speakers wise, fantastic hardware. It feels very solid. The only thing that's a bit annoying is like the dock somehow feels even cheaper compared to like the old Switch 1 and like this Switch OLED more specifically. Like I feel like I could just break this by squeezing it, but that's okay. Um, yeah, in my opinion, it's just like it's way overpriced for what it is. Like you have to pay 500 euros at the moment. Um, it's not worth it at all. But like if you're gonna get it, if there's like a game that you really like for me, I'm a huge Mario Kart enthusiast, or you want to like play the new DK game, it's like you won't regret the experience, or like you won't regret spending your money. It's way too expensive for what it is, but like once you get it, it's nice. Um, the way I'm using it right now, I'm just kind of using it as a like a Switch 1 with more quality of life upgrades. Like I so far have just been like playing my library from my Switch 1. I haven't even like messed around too much with like that many upgrades. Um, but like the way I treat them is that it's just like they're nice to haves. If you already have like a huge Switch library, you can just like enjoy those games, um, like but better. Like even without the improvements, like the like overall in-hand feel, like it's just like everything is slightly nicer. The screen is nicer, the Joy-Cons are nicer. There's nothing about this that will be worse. Um, you could make the argument that like the Switch OLED has like a better screen. I don't have my Switch OLED at the moment, but like comparing it to the Steam Deck OLED, I don't think you'd be too disappointed. Um, like then again, like if you just want something to play games on, play like a few Nintendo games, you could just like get a Switch Lite for much cheaper and play like the Switch 1 library, um, and then just upgrade once there's like a better model with like a OLED screen or like a Lite version or just whenever this goes on discount, because the price really is like the only thing that's holding it back, for most people. If I had to give like a few complaints myself, the biggest issues I have with this is that it's just Nintendo stuff, Nintendo software. Like you have YouTube on here. I don't get how you still, in the day and age, the mighty year of 2025, you cannot get Netflix on here. Pretty sure you can get Hulu on here, but it's such a shame because it's like a really nice screen. It's meant to be connected to a TV. I don't have one right now, but like you cannot use it as a multimedia device. YouTube is the only thing you can realistically do. I wish you could take advantage of like this huge screen and then yeah, do that. But yeah, you could make the argument that there's just like not much to play on the Switch 2 as of late or like so far. I would agree. Like for me, I'm lucky that there's Mario Kart World, which I'm like super excited for, but there's just yeah, there's a few games so far. There's probably more coming out in like the next year or so. I would not buy anything just like for potential future releases, even ones that haven't been announced yet. Like there's like unless there's a game out there that you really want, or if you're like me and your Switch 1 broke, I don't see any reason to get this so far. And I do understand why people are upset with like the way things have gone. Like price wise, Nintendo business stuff, like Nintendo bricking consoles for doing like things you want. If you like homebrew it or something, they're even more strict. For me, in my position, I don't really mind it that much. Like I have my Steam Deck OLED. If I want to do any of those like mysterious things that may or may not get Nintendo's lawyer sent after you, but yeah, like the biggest thing holding this back is just Nintendo stuff, Nintendo software, Nintendo business practices. Like obviously, like I guess the most egregious example is for me, I have 3D All Stars from way back in the day, um, like on the Switch One, getting like having to buy games like like Galaxy One and Galaxy Two for what is it like €40 each. It's crazy, but that's just like the way Nintendo works. People will buy those games anyways. Like I don't see those games not being super successful. It's just like the way things are. I understand like a lot of the hate if this is like your only system. There's like so many like shady business practices, or just like ways that Nintendo wants to squeeze out as much money as possible from you. But yeah, for someone like me who just uses this as an accessory device or like a way to play my favorite game, I cannot. I mean, it's not like I couldn't be happier. Like I'm just there's nothing really that impresses me that much, but it's just like yeah, this is my Switch One, but just even better. Even compared to like the Switch OLED, I prefer this a lot more. Like um, somehow like the hinge, it's not as solid feeling, but like it works just as well. And I would take like the increased size over the technically slightly better screen. And yeah, like some like you could make the argument that it's disappointing that we didn't get like an even better screen. I'm just happy that like it's not any more expensive than it already is. And then again, like if you buy one now, you could just like take care of it for a few years, not like break anything, don't scratch it up. And by the time like an upgraded model with like an OLED screen comes out, you can just sell this model and get that one. So yeah, overall pretty positive. Sorry if this review was like a bit rambly. I am satisfied with the way things are. Thanks for watching. See you guys next live stream.